So to round off 2011, I'm going to make a top 10 albums of the year video for you. Now, here are my rules. These are albums that are all released in the year 2011. They're all albums that I bought, and they're all albums that I listened to on repeat. I went through my iTunes and I had a look at what have I got, what have I been listening to. Now, I should say that I am too old to be cool and I am too old to play cool. So this is an honest rundown of what ruled my iPod in 2011. So here we go. At number 10, we have El Camino by the Black Keys. This was an album that reminded me that too often on my own tunes, I just don't write cool bass lines. And this is a really bass-driven album, and it's fantastic. My top track would be Stop Stop. So check that one out. At number 9, Only Human by Toploader. And why do I put this in there? It might be because I saw them earlier this year, which was a pleasant surprise, but I think it's because everybody needs some sort of pleasantly produced middle-of-the-road music to put on in the background every now and again, and there's not a lot you can complain about with this album. And my top track would be Never Stop Wondering. At number 8, All Things Bright and Beautiful by Owl City. Now, I have to be honest and say I don't think this album is an improvement on the first album, but if it's not broke, don't fix it. And it wasn't broken, and so this is more of the same, and it's all good. And my top track is Galaxies. At number 7, Vice Verses by Switchfoot. Now, when this album came out, it wasn't the album I expected, but as I suspected, this album is a grower, and it's definitely grown on me. And my top track is Where I Belong, and I could listen to that on repeat easily. At number 6, we have Hurry Up We're Leaving by M83. Now, I discovered this band via an Instagram photo, and surprisingly enough, and instantly they won over my synth pop sensibilities, and so since I got it, so it's a late addition, if you like, to the list, only the last month or so, but I've been listening to it on repeat, and my top track is Wait. At number 5, we have the self-titled debut by Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. And yes, I bought Liam's album too, but I anticipated this one more, and it's going to win out over time. So I'm casting my hat in on Noel's side of the ring there. My top track is Everybody's on the Run. Number 4, we have Light After Dark by Maguire. Now, when I bought this, I think it was about the only album I played for that month. It just made sense. I love the sound, I love the production, I love the tunes. I didn't like the sound of her voice though, but there you go. It still makes my top 10 list, and the top track is Bullet. At number 3, Audio Video Disco, which I really want to sing, by Justice. I bought it because of the strength of the title track, Audio Video Disco. It is a glorious reinvention of sort of 80s rock guilty pleasures through the vehicle of synth pop or electronica, if you want to call it that. And my top track is, unsurprisingly, Audio Video Disco. It's just brilliant. At number 2, we have the almost unpronounceable Mylo Xyloto by Coldplay. I'm sure someone knows how to pronounce it. And it's a long way from Parachutes, but it's brilliant pop music, and it may seem like a very safe or a very obvious thing to put on a list, but I'm not ashamed to say I'm a big fan. And my top track is Us Against the World. And so finally, my number 1 album of the year 2011 has to be Together We Are Made by The Feeling. It has to be the double album version of that. It is so packed full of good tunes. It's just ridiculous. It's fun, it's flamboyant, it's fantastic. And if those are the things you're looking for in your music, then grab the double album version of Together We're Made by The Feeling. There's so much to pick for, and this, I have to say, of all these albums, this was the hardest for me to say, what's my top track off it? I'm going to Say No is my top track. But do check the whole thing out. It's just brilliant music, and I love it. Thanks very much for watching. If you're watching this at the tail end of 2011, have a very happy new year. If you're watching this at the beginning of 2012, I hope you have a fantastic year ahead. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.